What's up, y'all? So I haven't been making stuff in a while, and my wife decided she had a project for me. So I'm gonna make some flower boxes, and I gotta make wood for it. So I'm gonna tear apart some stuff. Let's do it. Yeah. So this is the old, an old bed frame from my son's old bed, and it's really good wood. It's from like built in the 70s. So there are two sides. There's a headboard and a footboard. So I've already reduced that to this. So I'm gonna turn that into a flower box. If I can get one out of that, and then I can get another one out of that. So I don't know how I'm gonna do it, but I'm gonna do it. So let's figure it out together. All right, so obviously the first thing I gotta do, because this thing was nailed and glued together, so I have to get all those nails out. So I'm going to snip them and pull them and do whatever I have to do to get those out. So step one, clean up the wood. So step one, here we go. All right, so I got all the staples out and I have my lumber, and you know, this is like Jenga. Like, I gotta figure out how to put all these pieces together to make a box from this to a box. So it's slightly more complicated. I'll figure it out and let's do it. So obviously you can make this out of anything. You can make this out of old fence boards, pallet wood, wood laying around. You can make it at any dimensions that you would like. I made this. That's what I made. It's pretty big. I mean, you could put a bush or a small tree, or I mean, it's pretty large for some flowers, that amount of dirt. It's gonna be extremely heavy, so a lot of wood glue. You know, I used my nail gun. You know, if you don't have a nail gun, use nails. Drilled holes in the bottom for drainage, and I will line it with landscaping fabric, which will help especially if you're growing like vegetables or something that you're gonna eat. You really don't want like treated wood. You'd rather have raw wood because the chemicals can leak into the soil. So the landscaping fabric helps water retention, and it also helps keep that out. So anywho, so I made one just to see what I was gonna do. Now I have a plan, so now I will show you how to make it from that to that. And obviously I'm working with specific size wood, so I wanted to maximize the wood that I had, so that's why it came out to that size. You can make it any size you want. If you don't want it that deep, if you don't want it that wide, if you don't want whatever. But I'll show you how I built it, and then you can adjust accordingly if you'd like to make it smaller, or larger, whatever you want to do. Alright, so since I'm limited on my pieces, I only have so many of these boards. So what I'm gonna do, and they join together. So I'm gonna join them together with some glue, and I don't have enough to do the entire sides with just this wood. So I'm going to take these boards, I'm gonna butt them up like that, right? I'll cut them, and it will make a side, okay? So each side will compose of 2 of the join boards and 2 of these longer boards. So first step, we need to make a base for this thing, and we don't want to see it, so it's going to be kind of hidden underneath. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to measure out this distance, 13 and a 1/16 over half. And I'm just gonna cut a big square because all the sides should be the same, it's the same wood. So I'm gonna create a base to mount all this to. So, time to cut. So you can make your base out of whatever you want. I'm making it out of this plywood. It should hold up okay. It might rot out, I don't know. We'll see. If anything, I can just redo it, but it's just what I had lying around. So you're just gonna make a square for the base. So that's what I'm gonna do. Cue the music. Okay, so we got our base, but we're gonna need something to nail to, okay? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this 1x2 and I'm just gonna basically make a little box on top of here so that when we put our sides on, we have something to actually nail to. Not just some wimpy plywood. So, just gonna mark it, cut it, and make a box. So now we have our base, and we have enough to make a little box. Okay, like that. What I like about these little quick outdoor things, it doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. So, you know, it's gonna get weathered, it's gonna do what it's gonna do. It'll look fine. Who cares? Alright, so this is the bottom. So we're gonna go like this. Put some wood glue on here. I like wood glue. Stronger than nails. It's kind of weird when you do stuff and you make it and then you're like, okay, it's gonna be upside down, so let's plan it upside down. It's kind of difficult. Whatevs. Here we go. So we're gonna line one piece up, nice and square. Drop it on there. And we're gonna put the other guy on here. And square it up. Okay. Worry about one side, worry about the other side later. Try to make it flush with your base. Okay, it's flush, ends are flush. I just do everything by feel, I just feel it. We'll go ahead and shoot. There we go. The other side. Okay. Nails. Okay. Okay. Come in a box. Okay, now we're gonna put our other guys in here. So I went ahead and I cut all these pieces at 15 inches, same length as these guys. And I picked my best boards. And so I cut 8 of these. There's 4 sides, 2. And then I got 8 pairs of these. So over here for now. Okay. If you put this on a flat surface, it should be pretty flat when you just put these up like that. You know, that's it. And with wood glue and nails, you can still manipulate the top. You know, you can still kind of move it around when you need to put the bracing on the top. So, okay. Let's do it. Okay. So, how do I want to do this? Alright, I want to put the corner on first, so. And I'm putting all the kind of rounded, nice edges down and putting all my cut sides up because I'm going to put a little top on it so you won't see it. So, wood glue and nails. There we go. Wood glue. Okay. And all I'm really trying to do is just make it in the corner. Okay. What's nice about these projects, it does not have to be perfect. Tip, watch your hand placement when you put it behind here. Don't shoot a nail into your hand, it hurts. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and put some wood glue in this where these joint together just to help it stay where I want it to stay. And need a whole bunch. Join these together. Flush. Butt it up with that guy. Alright. Some nails. Hey. Looking like a wall, huh? Look at that. Other side. Blue. Up. Sitting. Okay. Turn the corner. Keep going. Boop, 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 boop. Same.
It ain't gonna be nothing after that. It's like a jungle in this habitat. So where's all the mad rappers at? Nowadays everybody wanna talk. Everybody wanna talk. Nowadays everybody wanna talk. Just a bunch of gibberish. Nowadays everybody wanna talk. Everybody wanna talk. Nowadays everybody.
We're gonna have to frame the top because it's all tweaking out, and we're gonna have to put some 1x2s the same way we did down there. Some 1x2s up along the top edge and square it up nicely, okay? So we're gonna cut 1x2s the same way we did down there, and we're gonna attach it. All right, so when cutting these 45s, all I did is cut all the 45s, and then I just kind of laid them out kind of how I want them. I found the center point and I cut them in half because they weren't long enough. It'd be really nice if you just had one long piece of wood, that would work, but whatever. So it's not rocket science. I laid it out and I'm gonna lay them on the ground. Okay, and I'm gonna put a bunch of wood glue in here. I don't want it running down the face. I mean, it really doesn't matter. I'm not gonna coat these. I'm not gonna do anything fancy. They're just flower boxes. They're gonna get patinaed by or weathered by nature. And so, you know, it's gonna hold a lot of dirt, so you just wanna make it sturdy. So the wood glue helps. Wood glue is actually stronger than a nail, so by using wood glue on every joint, it's gonna really hold this thing together. So I'm just gonna do this. Okay. Some wood glue. And I'm gonna start putting them back up here. And I'm just gonna kind of line them up the best I can. You're gonna have to wiggle them around a little bit so that you find the right geometry so that all the 45s line up and everything. So yeah, I'm way off. Okay. Okay. So just go around, fiddle with it until make nice points. And your centers line up. So that is our flower box. A nice pretty little top on it. Looks cute. Same thing, I'm gonna drill some holes in the bottom. I'm gonna use a bit. It's a 3/4 bit, and I'm just gonna drill, some holes in the bottom so that water can drain through. And another thing I'm gonna do before I line it with the landscaping fabric is, I don't know where these are gonna sit. They might sit in dirt. They might sit in on a porch. I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen with them. Okay, so the plywood base that's on this thing, if anything's gonna rot out first, that's gonna rot out. The other wood is harder. Okay. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to take some of the 1x2s I have left, and I'm just gonna kind of put them like that, the same way we did on the inside, and this will just help it stay off the dirt, stay off the ground. Protect this part. So I'm gonna go ahead and just do that, and then drill the holes, and it's done. And there you have it. 2 matching flower boxes from a headboard and a footboard. So I hope yours turned out cool, and let's build something else.